Hello, and welcome to Let's Think Logically. My name is Calvin Bell, and today you are watching a show that dives into the fascinating world of logic and argumentation. Specifically, we'll be discussing two concepts on this episode: begging the question and constructing a valid argument. Understanding the differences between these two is essential for critical thinking and effective communication. Let's get started. First, let's tackle the concept of begging the question. This is a common logical fallacy that occurs when someone assumes their conclusion in their argument. In other words, they're essentially saying the same thing in their premises as in their conclusion without providing any real evidence. I want to pull up an example. Here's a classic example of begging the question. I believe in ghosts because I've seen a ghost. And I know it was a ghost because ghosts are real. In this statement, the person is using their belief in ghosts as evidence for the existence of ghosts. It's a circular argument because they're assuming what they're trying to prove, that ghosts are real. Now, let's switch gears and talk about constructing a valid argument. A valid argument is one in which the conclusion logically follows from the premises. It's like building a sturdy bridge from one side of a river to the other. Each piece fits together logically. Here's an example. All men are mortal. Socrates is mortal. Therefore, Socrates is mortal. In this argument, we have two premises. A, all men are mortal, and B, Socrates is mortal. When we put them together, we can logically conclude that Socrates is mortal. The conclusion is based on the premises, and the argument is valid because the conclusion follows logically. Now let's highlight the difference between begging the question and constructing a valid argument. Begging the question, or when we beg the question, we are assuming the conclusion in our premises. Constructing a valid argument is when we provide premises that logically lead to the conclusion. And begging the question, you're essentially going in circles, assuming what you're trying to prove. And constructing a valid argument, you're building a logical bridge from premises to conclusion. And there you have it. You now understand the important difference between begging the question and constructing a valid argument. Remember, critical thinking and effective communication depend on your ability to construct valid arguments and avoid logical fallacies like begging the question. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you found this lesson helpful. Keep practicing and honing your logical reasoning skills, and you'll become a more persuasive and rational thinker. Continue to think logically. Bye.